Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another lovely edition of the United Front. I'm joined, obviously, by the Titan, the big man like Zayn is right here, ready. He's not just in the chat today, guys. He's actually live in the studio. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Reds, there is so much to talk about. Obviously, we're third, so I'm buzzing, and it's going to be a very happy, light-hearted conversation, by the way. So if you're here to hear some Man United negativity and sadness, just go on to the next vid. Yeah, it's not the place. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Zayn, how are you? First and foremost.
Good, man. Good. Feeling ecstatic, to be honest, man, after yesterday's performance. It was one of them days, one of them days down at Old Trafford when torrential rain hits you on your way to the ground and you're absolutely drenched. But you know what? As much as I hated it, that walk there,
wet, bro.
It was horrendous. Honestly, the weather was horrendous. Soaked, bro. It was a tough one.
But yeah, but honestly, we're gonna get into that game. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about as well. Obviously, United beat Villa. It was a massive, massive game yesterday. We talked about how important it was all of last week as well on the last stream. Huge game for that top four, situation. And the question I'm going to be asking to everyone in the chat, and obviously to using as well, is: have we basically secured Champions League football now? And obviously, we're going to go through a few other things. Obviously, is Michael Carrick basically is it? Have we got to just give him the job now? Also, obviously, we're going to talk about Zayn's favorite player, big Benjamin Šeško, and his impact. And obviously the top four run in, the way United played yesterday, all of that. Get involved in the chat as well. Let us know what you want us to talk about, because listen, we're going to let the chat guide the conversation as we always do here on the United Front. So yeah. And of course, like it says on the pinned comment, have you liked the video? If you haven't, do that right now. It's free. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We're here every week, Monday and Thursday, talking everything United. So yeah, Zayn, you were at the ground yesterday. Obviously, you're at the seats. Obviously, I couldn't get down. Mother's Day commitments and that. Trying to be a dutiful father and husband. But talk to me about the atmosphere, because I heard it looked bouncing just on the TV. I can't lie. So yeah, how was it?
I think I mentioned previously once before, but when you've got that, when you feel like you made some sort of sacrifice, you know what I mean? So, for me, it's about a 2-hour drive to get up to the ground. Off the day, great. I had my shades on, driving down the Inway. It was lovely. But when you get there and that Manchester rain just absolutely destroys you, it is a worst feeling. But by the time you get into that ground and the whole crowd has been through very similar, if not the same mission as you, everyone's soaked, everyone's this, but now all you want is to see that performance that you've made all the sacrifice for. And man, it was bouncing. It was bouncing in there. From the, at the Palace game, I said to you, you know what, man, I'm not too sure, it feels kind of flat. Bro, there was none of that. Even though we didn't start off the first half very well, and it wasn't the greatest, start, it was just intense. It was just, as soon as it came, like the players came out, everything just kind of elevated. Everything just elevated, and the fight just began, bro. And it was unreal, man. Unreal atmosphere the whole game. I think you're on mute, bro.
Good shit. First, I was gonna say first half ended 0-0. And to be honest, I was just saying, like I said to you on the phone as well, it just felt like, even though it was 0-0, it felt like there was some intent there. It felt like we had like a purpose with the passes we were playing. It was a little bit quicker. We're getting balls into the box. Like I said, it looked like we're actually playing with some proper intent. And that was what I feel like what maybe we've been lacking in the past few games. And honestly, at the end of that first half, I thought, you know what? We're going to win this game. I was confident. I had that feeling, almost that old back in the day confidence of like, them ones where you're just like, you know what? United are going to win today. And it was lovely. It was lovely. Really, like I said, like, it was obviously going into that second half, we started strong. We started strong as well. And obviously Bruno to Casemiro, we've seen it so many times, especially this season. Bruno, we're going to talk about him because he's just an unbelievable player. Like we will get to him in due course. So don't worry about that. I've always got a lot to say about him. But Casemiro as well, another goal for him. Bro, what a player. What a little swan song, little, what's it? Final little run he's given us. Because this guy is rolling back the years right now, bro. He is, I can't imagine, bro. I don't even know how we're going to replace him. Like, genuinely, there is no other player that can do the type of things that this guy does, bro. He is unbelievable, bro. Like,
what is with Casemiro, man? Always with Casemiro. I feel like Casemiro's the kind of player, he doesn't care what shirt he's got on. When he goes out onto that football pitch, it's about putting in the best performance because he respects himself as a football player. There's none of this nonsense and faffing around and down in tools like we've seen a lot in the past when it comes to United. There's none of that at all. Like we're actually seeing him come out every single game and he fights like every single game is his last. And that's what we saw again yesterday. You know what I mean? That's exactly what we saw again yesterday. That's a big goal to go get. You know what I mean? That first goal is a crucial goal. And bro, what a great header that was as well. Like, you know what I mean?
He does it all the time. He heads that ball so much. Honestly, he does it so much. Like he actually has, bro, he scored like 7 goals this season. I'm pretty sure at least 5. I don't think he's not scored. I'm pretty sure at least 5 of them have been headers. Like at least, probably 6. Probably all of them, bro. Let's be honest. I can't remember him scoring like just a bang of, bro. That's mad, Like he scored more than, what some people would call world-class wingers, at certain clubs, which I don't need to go into. But he's doing like mad numbers. But on top of that, he's also hitting crazy numbers in terms of like, if you look at his defensive stats and stuff, he's just the sheer number of tackles. He just wins that ball back so much. Like he literally just, bro, time and time again, he's just a proper player, man. I can't lie. I'm loving this last season of Casemiro, man. I heard the crowd singing one more year, Casemiro.
So, I was screaming it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I've been a Cassie fan since we first signed him. And bro, remember that first season when after he signed for us, he was putting in mad performances, man. He was doing so well that first season. Remember the Arsenal fans were all gassed off of, I think it was at the time it was Thomas Partey. But I was like, nah, you know what? I know that's your star boy. And you know what? He was doing well that season as well. But bro, I was like, Casemiro is still the best CDM in the world, man. I don't care. I was doubling down after that first season, and I was like, you know what? If we can hold him down for a few years, I reckon he'll do a solid job. And bro, this season, he's locked in. He's locked in. And the managers, being, what's his name? Ruben Amorim, started getting a tune out of him again, watched him work hard, started doing his thing. And then Carrick's come in, and again, bro, it's just more of the same, bro. The crowd yesterday, one more time, Casemiro. Bro, you don't understand. Everyone was going crazy. One more year, just singing one more year, like from like when he scored to all the way toward the end of the game, man. The crowd love him, man. The crowd absolutely love him.
Bro, you know what? How could you not? His performances, like I said, they've just been so good. Like, he's been like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm literally trying to think. Like, if you compare him to the very best, and I got a little something coming up. But if you compare him to the very best, yeah, who a lot of people are, people are tipping for Ballon d'Ors, like, man like Declan Rice. I'm just gonna add you to the screen. If you compare those, like his numbers, yeah, you'll be surprised, like very, very surprised, like about how well he compares up to supposedly Ballon d'Or winning players right now, right? So I'm gonna add this up here. This is only a screenshot I took on my phone, but it doesn't tell you who's who in that situation, right? But you could probably figure it out, right? But like, if you look at those defensive numbers, yeah, considering also, one of them has played 500 minutes more. If you look at the duels won, aerial duels won, total tackles, interceptions, blocks. Obviously, you can tell probably from the corners how many, which one's Rice and which one's Casemiro. But obviously, Casemiro's won more duels than him. He's won more aerial duels than him. He's made more tackles than him, and obviously had more blocks than him as well. Similar number of interceptions, and this is all in also 500 less minutes of football. So like, we're talking, man are talking about Declan Rice being a Ballon d'Or winner. I'm just saying, innit? This season that we're seeing from Casemiro is an absolute world-class centre midfield season. And don't let anybody tell you any different. He's performing at the very, very best. I've seen him for a while. And I don't even think he ever had to do this well at Real Madrid because he didn't need to, because he had other players around him that could do more. But this is a new Casemiro that we're seeing, bro. This isn't even just like oh yeah, he's back to his best. Like he's turned up another gear here. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, if you look at those numbers, compare him with the supposed Ballon d'Or Rice and that, and I'm only picking Rice not because I know, yeah. On top of that, he's also got
7 goals.
They've both got the same amount of goal involvements, right? They both, I think, they both got exactly, I think, 9 goal involvements. And Declan Rice obviously takes corners, and he hasn't assisted a goal from open play this season. So all of his assists have been from corners. He's got like a good 6 of them. So we're talking. You know what I mean? I'd take Casemiro's goal involvements more because he's scoring. Do you know what I mean? And he's also assisted a couple from open play. But like I said, this is a 33-year-old Casemiro that supposedly the football's left him, compared to Ballon d'Or Rice. This guy's the best player ever, second coming of Jesus. Like, what's going on, bro? So, yeah, I'm just saying on that. People need to give Cassie flowers, and it's cool to hate on someone like Casemiro. That's what it is. People don't want to be wrong about things. That's what it is. Yeah. So many people wrote him off. Like, obviously, I know the football is left him thing. So many people are laughing at him then that it would be so hypocritical for them to turn around and say, you know what? He's performing at the very, very top level of the Premier League right now, because it just doesn't fit the narrative. They want to make a new narrative of, old man Casemiro is giving you a last little run. Ha ha, bless him. That's all he's got left in the end, giving you his final push. Nah, he's performing.
Haters, man. The haters, bro.
I mean,
the haters. It's the same. You know what though? This is the same story when it comes to Manchester. This is the same thing when it comes to around Manchester United in general. Like, it's it's cool to hate on Manchester United. People don't want to admit that Bruno Fernandes is the best, arguably the best number 10 in the world at the moment. You know what I mean? They don't want to accept that because it's Bruno Fernandes and he plays for Manchester United. Like,
it's not really arguable anymore. I'm not even gonna lie.
But this is what I mean. Like, this people love to hate on Manchester United, but do you know what it is for me about Casemiro? Not only that he plays well and gets, does everything, gets the goal involvements, is surrounded all over, he gets about, like he's just showed there with the stats, the aerial duels, the duels, the tackles, everything. Like, not only that, but you know what? He gets it, man. Casemiro gets what it is to play for Manchester United. You see him every single time he scores a goal, he looks like the happiest guy on the pitch. Every single time you see him there, bro, yesterday he's smashing the badge, he's this, he's that. Like, he's United, bro. Like, he's a United player, man. And I can't get enough of that, man. I can't lie. Like, to me, I love the passion. I love the intent. You know what? Speaking of intent, I see some comments quick. Let me just pull this up because me and Branniker always talk about the intent. And here you shout out Branniker. Bro, they played with intent. Yesterday, they came in after that first half and they were like, you know what? We need to lock in. We're level points with these, but we need to lock in. And when you see them players, they come out grafting, man. And Casemiro again, grafting, man, working his ass off, bro. Like, people making stupid mistakes. Ahmad misplaced pass, this and that happening, and he's always there, man. He's steady. And you know what? Furthermore, on Casemiro, he's teaching Kobe the right things. Have you noticed Kobe's tackling recently? I don't know. I don't feel like many people are really giving this enough attention, and I was critical on Kobe defensively, you know what I mean? I was quite critical with him, but I've seen his game defensively elevate so much more. Like, this whole thing about he can't get about is BS. First of all, he does get about. He puts in the shift. He puts in, you know what I mean?
You saw it on those numbers. You remember the numbers that came out after his first couple of weeks? He covered the most ground in the Premier League that weekend for 2 weekends in a row or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's up there.
He gets about, man, but also it's even the way he's defending at the moment. Like, he's
the timing of the tackles.
You know what I mean? Like, the tackles. You know that tackle where they kind of it's like a chop sort of tackle, like extend the leg out and bring it back, as in to make the
2 minutes before they actually make the challenge on it, and then they make the challenge.
Yeah. They make the challenge, and I'm just like, you know what, man? it's good to see, man. It's good to see. And who else do we see do that kind of stuff? It's Casemiro. Clearly,
Yeah,
he's learning from that experience.
You know what? Yeah, Casemiro, he's been brilliant, man. But like I said, I could go on about him all day. You know what? I
All
hope,
day.
obviously, he's not going to sign another deal. But obviously, I heard,
Would you take
always,
him?
I would hop
One
up
more year.
100 another year.
Are you down for the one more year? Yeah.
I would. You know what? We're saying we're going to sign 2 midfielders, but let's just do some quick maths here. We let go right now. We currently have 3 midfielders for 2 positions. Yeah, one of them is dead. Ugarte. He's going to probably go most definitely as well. So we currently don't have enough midfielders. Yeah, we sell 2. Now we have 1 midfielder. Yeah, we buy 2. We've still got, and we've got an extra 20 games to play next season. Now what? We're gonna need at least one more. We might have to buy 3 midfielders, bro. So if you can get, why not keep Casemiro for an extra year? I don't see why not. To be honest, I would, wouldn't you?
Money though. I would love to.
Obviously, if you could get him on a cut price deal, if you could get him on like, listen, you don't need to be on 300 grand a week no more. Let's just cut it down to maybe, I don't know, a little 250 or something. We'll give you a nice little, I don't know, little payoff, a little extra mil bonus or something. I don't know, something, innit? You can maybe do something nice like that. If you can arrange some sort of deal, then I don't see why not, to be perfectly honest. I really don't. Obviously, his wages are big, though. It's like 20 million a year or something. So it's quite a lot.
He makes peace. He's enjoying himself. No wonder he's so gassed.
That Rich Ronaldo bread on it before they left, bro. That last little bit of Glazer, Ed Woodward, was it neglectful money? They were neglectful with the wallet. But yeah, like, basically, yeah, I would have him for another year. But even, like I said, even still, even without him, we're gonna need to get a couple more players, bro. Like, we're gonna need a couple more midfielders. Like, yeah, like I said, even 3 might not be enough if we buy 3. Do you know what I mean? So
I hear you, man. I hear you. It's one of them ones where, like, we understand that we can't fix every single problem that we have in a team in one transfer window, or let's say 2, because we had a good transfer window, in my opinion, last summer as well. But if we can have another steady transfer window, and if we get, say, for example, 2 midfielders and extend Cassie for another year, bro, I'll take that, man. Just for his leadership, just for his guidance, his experience. And it's the same thing with Maguire. I'd keep Maguire. I don't think he'd stay because, why would he stay when he could probably still go get like another 2-3 year contract elsewhere, which would probably make more sense for him. But at the same time, like, I would not mind extending Maguire, man. Maguire's one of my favorite players.
I think he's pretty much extended, isn't he? I feel like I've heard that quite a lot. I don't know if I'm just jumping the gun a little bit, but I feel like I've heard that he's extended.
I think that was last year, wasn't it? It wasn't that last year.
I thought this year. I thought from what I hear, I think it was on Talk of the Devils, I want to say, or something like that. But basically, he don't want to leave. He's willing to I've heard he's willing to take a pay cut. I don't know where I read this, so I could be completely chatting nonsense, but I read it somewhere for sure. I've heard he's willing to take a pay cut. He doesn't want to leave United, and he's basically willing to, accept a kind of leadership, maybe less playing time, depending on if we sign someone, that type of thing. So
yeah,
I think that will happen, to be honest, because I feel like he's going to be willing to, kind of maneuver a little bit so that United, you know what I mean, so he can stay United. I think that will happen. I feel like that's likely. But anyway, we'll keep eyes on that. But just to move on, then let's just to go off the pitch a little bit. Let's talk about your boy in the dugout, right? Michael Carrick. Now, before we get to Michael Carrick, right? This is a question I'm going to ask you. Have Man United, with that win against Villa yesterday, basically secured Champions League football for next season?
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Obviously, a lot of the clubs that we're surrounded by, obviously, be it Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, a lot of these guys still have to play each other as well. So it's a bit of a tricky one. So they're not going to be able to get all the points. So I think where we stand now, we're 6 points ahead of Chelsea, 5 points ahead of Liverpool, and 3 points ahead of Villa. I think we're in a very, very good position. I feel they have harder fixtures than us. In all honesty, we still have to obviously play Chelsea and Liverpool, which is the thing that does scare me. That's the part that worries me. It's
Chelsea
even if
very
we draw
tough
one. Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried.
The thing is, Chelsea are weird, man. Chelsea are weird though. Chelsea will go. They'll go like they battered Villa last weekend 4-1, And then this weekend they lost 1-0 to Newcastle. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Newcastle's some easy game or anything, but at the same time, it's like you never know what you're going to get with Chelsea. On top of that, the thing with Chelsea and Liverpool, they're still in European competitions. They're still doing all of that. They've still got a lot more games than us. You know what I mean? So
No, but
that's
listen to
also a
Chelsea's running.
benefit.
Listen to Chelsea's running, yeah? Obviously, they got the second leg of getting spanked at PSG this week, yeah? Then after that, they got Everton, yeah, Saturday. So 3 days after. Then they got FA Cup quarterfinals against Port Vale. They're probably going to win that. So add an extra fixture in there somewhere in the FA Cup semi-finals. Then they got City. Then they got us. Then they got Brighton. Then they got Forest, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Sunderland. That's how they end their season. That's a tough run of games, bro. Like, you know, I don't think Chelsea, like, also, you got to remember, after that win, Chelsea are, mate, they're 6 points behind us, right? So that's like, they've got to make up a lot of daylight there in those fixtures, whilst we also drop points and have to play them somewhere in there, and they have to play Liverpool. Like, that's a lot, bro. Like, they have to win that game against Liverpool, and I think that's at Anfield too. So, like, bro, I don't see that. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Chelsea might. I think they might struggle. You know what? I think Villa might actually completely, because they're dropping like a stone as well. I don't know what they're doing.
They're dropping hard. They're dropping big time, and they're suffering right now. They're like hearing that Ruben Amorim suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, we must suffer because they are suffering.
And also Liverpool are they're kind of dead as well. Like, bro, to be honest, I feel like nobody wants it. So I feel like that added to where we're in a strong position now. And I think we probably got the easiest running out of those three. Like, our running is pretty, like, just looking at it now. Obviously, we got Bournemouth away on Friday. And we got then obviously we got the international breaks, and then we got Leeds. Fucking hell, man. That's like, there's like 30 days, 20 something.
24 days, 24 days, I think it is.
24 days between our game against Bournemouth and then Leeds, because international break. Anyway, Bournemouth, Leeds, obviously, then we got Chelsea, Brentford, then we got Liverpool, Sunderland, Forest, Brighton. That's how I feel like that's a way easier running than what I just named for Chelsea. And also, we got no games in between. They're probably going to have if they don't beat Port Vale, well, they'll have a Champions League semi-final. FA Cup semi-final in there. We'll see. They probably go out of the Champions League. So they've got more games than us, and they're all harder. So I just can't see it personally. And also, their squad's kind of meaty, bro. Like, I can't lie. I don't know what they spent them on, because their squad is so average. Like, genuinely, it just baffles me. But also, yeah, Liverpool also look dead. Bro, I feel like if we win 3 out of the last 8, we're definitely for sure in the top 4. And I think we should be able to win 3 out of Bournemouth, Leeds, Brentford, Bournemouth, Leeds, Brentford, Chelsea, Sunderland, Forest at home, Brighton away, Liverpool. Like, we should be able to win 3 out of those games. Like, come on, bro.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think, to be honest, the way I see it is so we've got. Do you think we've got Chelsea in 3 games' time? So we've got Bournemouth, we've got Leeds, and then it's Chelsea.
Bournemouth, Leeds, and Chelsea. Yeah.
I reckon if we take 6 out of 9 out of that, I think I think we're nailed on. I think we're nailed on.
Yeah.
I think if we take 6 out of 9 points there, I think we're nailed on. Because then, like you said, after that, you got Chelsea and Liverpool still have to play. Yeah, we also have to play Liverpool, but I'm not gonna lie, I ain't that worried about Liverpool. Not to say that they haven't got it in them to beat us, but yeah, that's the thing. But we want to beat them in their backyard. Who knows what's gonna happen when they come to us? Bro, they looked terrible yesterday against Tottenham. They could have easily lost that game, and Tottenham suck. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not like, the thing is, Liverpool is just a weird team though. But that weird kind of energy is not going to work right now, because right now it's very fine margins.
Yeah, and also we've got that weird kind of energy back with us, and I feel like our juju is stronger right now. Do you know what I mean? We'll beat that. I don't know what it is. I just got like this feeling that, like, yeah, bro. You know what? It's been a while since we've done a double over Liverpool as well. That would be beautiful if we're able to. But anyway, let's not think about that. 32. That's in May. So, still a couple months away. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think we might have basically that win did a lot for top 4 being secure yesterday.
Yeah, 100%.
It gave us, like I said, it gave us proper daylight between, Villa. So they're 3 points behind us, and they've just been playing awful recently as well. And it's also given us like I said, a 6-point gap on Chelsea and a 5-point gap on Liverpool, which is just brilliant. Like going into the last 8 games, you really couldn't have asked for anything better. And that's top 4. Bro, everyone thought we were crazy, beginning of the season, but here we are. I feel smug and I'm happy to be. I'm very,
You know what?
very
I actually don't feel that smug. I can't lie. Reason being is I made that prediction based off Ruben Amorim being the manager. So I feel like a fraud if I claim that I knew, because I didn't anticipate like you said, Bruno Fernandes, wasn't it? Ruben Amorim getting sacked. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't want to claim it personally. If you want to claim it, bro, I'll back you. You know what I'm saying? For me personally,
I'm going to claim it
I'm
anyway.
just happy to see where we're at.
Listen, I have a lot less shame about these things than you, clearly. But secondly, the reason I'm going to claim it anyway is because, bro, I said it because I felt like, one of the main reasons, and also the people that heard this argument last summer will tell you that I said this. We signed a whole new attack. That whole new attack I felt like I felt like our biggest problem last season wasn't the fact that I don't think the team was 15th level. It definitely wasn't. We performed well below our level, but that's because we didn't score any goals. I'll be interested to look back and see how many goals we conceded now compared to last season, right? In fact, I'm going to do that as I chat. Because last season, we lost, I didn't feel like it was that bad in terms of like what we did, right? But we just couldn't score a goal. And when you can't score a goal as a team, you're so toothless. There's like, all the team has to do is just make sure they score and they'll win, like 9 times out of 10. And we were crap. That's why teams would turn up at Old Trafford and beat us like 3-0, 3-0. Bournemouth and Spurs and all these random teams would turn up and just
Don't remind me, man. I didn't want to hear it, man. It was horrendous last season, man.
But this is my point, right? We do look a bit more defensive. So yeah, we conceded 41.
And the goalkeeper. Don't forget about my boy Senny. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Of course, Senny Lamans, yeah. And last season we conceded. So yeah, basically, we conceded 54 overall last season. Yeah, goals. So far we've conceded 41, and we've got 8 games left to play. So that's what? What's it, bro? Why is my maths failing me? What did I say? 54.
What are the numbers? 54 last season, you said.
We conceded, I think we conceded 54 last season, and we've just
how many this season?
I keep forgetting the numbers, man. 54 last season. I might remember that. And this season we've conceded 41.
So 13 goals in it. So 13 goals in 8 games to concede basically to equal last season.
And if we concede, like, we probably won't concede obviously 13, but as in like, we might concede another, I don't know, 8, 9. My point is the levels ain't that different between the goals we conceded. It's gonna be 4 or 5 goals in it probably, but we've scored so many more goals that we're suddenly third. Yeah. Like my main point of the argument of why I think we could finish top 4 this season at the beginning of the season was that we signed a whole new attack. I expect goals out of that attack. All of them have given us goals. Šeško's scored to, I think his 9th or goal Premier League goal.
9th Premier League goal, 9th Premier League goal.
Because he scored 1 in the FA Cup. Didn't amount to much, but it's a goal anyway. But 10 or so far all season. Cunha's got 7 and 2 assists, 9 goals and like 9 GA. And Buma's got 12 GA. Like all of them have got us. That's an extra 30 goals just there, just from them. Yeah. And then obviously Bruno Fernandes. You've finally given the man something to work with and look at what he's doing. I said that as well. Actually, that was a big point I made as well. This guy's been performing, I think, at this level that he's doing now for ages. If you look at the chances he's created this season, they're not that different to the chances he created 2 seasons ago, but there was nobody there. He had nobody to create, like the chances that he was creating, nobody to finish him off.
And to Garnacho and them, man. You know what I mean?
He's probably Garnacho and Højlund. Bro, Højlund scored 11 goals in his first Premier League season. I know some people are talking about players that scored 11 goals now being good, but I never heard them saying that about Højlund being scored. And he was dead, by the way. And we watched because we saw him, innit? And Bruno Fernandes, the amount of assists that guy should have got probably with players like Højlund and Garnacho and these man in the team, bro. Now this season, he's got players like Mbeumo, like Cunha, like these man. And he's actually hitting these numbers, bro. 16 assists, by the way, for Bruno Fernandes. I saw something so mad yesterday. Just looking at the assist chart. Ryan Shirky, who's second on the assist chart, has got half the amount of assists that Bruno Fernandes has.
It's insane, man. It's insane.
Half. Number 2 assist maker in the Premier League has half the amount of assists that Bruno Fernandes has. That's insane, bro. Like, we're talking.
In the Man City squad, where you got Erling Haaland and these man, them and there as well. Don't be forgetting that. Look who he's passing the ball to.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Nuts.
To be fair, Erling Haaland, bruv, he got 9 on Šeško, bruv.
Right, listen, don't even start getting me gassed on Šeško, yeah, because I swear to God, bro, I'll lose my shit, bro. It's Benjamin Šeško, yeah. Can I just say, bro, this guy, I'm not gonna lie, is actually my favorite player in this Manchester United team. Him and Bruno are like on par with each other. I love Bruno Fernandes, bro.
I do love Šeško, bro. You love Šeško. I know you always just, yeah, you've got a weird Šeško loving going on, but enjoy it, bro. He's sick.
Bro, I'm loving it. I'm in love with Benjamin Šeško, bro. This guy is the GOAT. He's the truth, bro. And you know why? Yeah? It's not, because for me, I don't look at just the striker and think, oh, can he put the ball in the back of the net? Do you get what I'm saying? It's not, can he just score a goal? Don't get me wrong, that's a huge part of it, obviously, is scoring the goals. Bro, this guy, bro, 6'5", winning all the headers, getting in the right positions, and bro, the passion. He don't come with this stupidity. He's a top professional. That's the kind of man I like, you know what I mean? I like top professional. No nonsense, no rubbish, no bullshit. He's there, first one in the gym, last one out, recovery, doing all his stuff, you know what I mean, making sure that he's in pristine shape and condition to play the game that he loves and to play for the team that we love. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, when he scores that goal and he hits that, like, bro, I swear to God, I get so gassed, so gassed, man. But yesterday, man, I was screaming for this guy to come on, man. Like, I was getting so agitated. Especially, you know, in the first half, we had 19 crosses. They were actually, I don't know if you've seen the Talk of the Devils today. It only came out like 2 hours ago or something. But they were talking that we had 19 crosses in the first half alone. And the whole time, man, I was just screaming out to see Benjamin Šeško because I was thinking he needs to be in this. While we're crossing the ball like this, he will score us a goal. Lo and behold, he comes on later on. And what? It comes on, I think it was the 74th minute. He was on the pitch for what? No more than 7 minutes, and he already bagged the goal. Bro, this guy, he's the truth, man. And we needed that goal, man. It was getting intense in that stadium. People were a bit nervous, a bit shook. But he came on and he just calmed everything down for us, man. Absolute. He's quality, man.
Yeah, bro, he's a proper striker. And you know what? It's a breath of fresh air because, bro, I know he's still young. He's only 22, but he's got all the attributes to be a proper old-fashioned, old-school number 9. He's quick. He's massive. He's strong. He's got a great finisher. He's got some unbelievable technique. Give me a baby Zlatan type vibe. You know what I mean? Obviously, anyone.
That's what it is. That's actually what it is.
Zlatan before this gets clipped up and sent it. Relax. Saying like a baby, he's got the attributes to be like almost like a regen of that type of player. And
he's techie, bro. He's techie.
He's way quicker as well. He's actually rapid. Like I've seen him.
He's got burners, bro. He's got burners on him.
He's an athletic specimen. Like you know what I mean? Pause. He's crazy. He's like, do you know what I mean? He's a big youth, bro. Do you know what I mean?
He's in. I love him, man. I feel like you like him a little bit too much, my bro. Listen,
that's why I had to pause it. You know what I mean? So start getting out of hand. But bro, he's a big man for you know what I mean? For a young man as well, 22. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get used to the league. He's only going to get better from here, hopefully. So, you know, this guy has got bags and bags of potential. I'm finally starting to see the hype that we were hearing when he was in Germany. And, not even when he was in Slovenia, bro. When I was playing in, like, do you know what I mean? The back of kebab shops. Man, I'm hearing about this guy being sick and like, United are looking at this kid from Slovenia, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, he's here. We're finally starting to see that talent. Long may it continue. Just a quick word then. I wanted to just quickly hop on, obviously, my favorite topic, right? Is Bruno Fernandes going to break the Premier League assist record? He's got 16 assists right now. The assist record is 20. So he needs 4 assists in 8 games to level it, 5 to break it. What do you think? I think the team will be trying to play for him to break it as well, if that makes sense. So like, he's gonna. I know he's gonna just try and keep just spamming assists now. He's not even gonna try to shoot anymore. If he gets right in front of goal, he's gonna pass it for someone 100%, and rightly so. Because listen, we might not win the Premier League United, but if he wins this Premier League assist record, he takes it over Henry and De Bruyne, then he will forever be remembered as a legend of Premier League football. Without by force, man ain't gonna be able to forget about him. Which is why I really want him to get this assist record, because he deserves at least that for the numbers he's been putting up all throughout his career at United. So yeah,
I want that for him. I think he needs that victory. Like you said, he's probably not gonna win a title at Manchester United unless we extend him, and I really hope we do keep him on longer. I don't want to sell him in the summer. I do want to keep him. I do want to see him still playing for United, because bro, at the way he's playing, there's no reason to sell. I don't care how old he is. I don't care if you can go get 60 million for him. What's 60 million going to do when you bring me somebody who can't do much like him? This guy's always available. He gets around. He, you know what I'm saying? He gets about.
Bruv, you know what?
Goal creation machine.
I'm sorry to even cut you off there, because that 60 million number is so crazy to hear. Because bro, like, what the hell does 60 million get you, bro? 50 million is Madueke, bro. You got Bruno getting 50 million, bro. These are the numbers. These are the type of people we're talking about for numbers like 50 million now. You're not getting players like that. You're getting a potential talent at best. And I'm not even talking like a 5-star. You're getting like a 3-star talent like that. Like I said, like Bruno getting you know, what do you call it? Madueke. Who are these players we're talking like? Who's, bruv? Viets went for over double.
They're meaty players. The thing is, obviously, versus 22 or 23 or whatever he is. So that's the difference in it. So obviously,
he might never, ever in his whole career hit the numbers that Bruno Fernandes is doing. Look at how many players have played since Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. No, the only player that hit that, is Kevin De Bruyne. Like, By the way, obviously, there's an amazing record for Thierry Henry. He got 20 goals and 20 assists as well, which is mad. But obviously, Bruno's a cam, so his assists is what's important. So, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm genuinely astounded, bro. The amount of passes I see the guy yesterday playing, like, he could have got another 2 assists yesterday as well. Like, at least if people were just taking all of their chances. Like,
so let's actually get to the question then. Do you actually think he'll break the record? Because he's had 1 victory yesterday, which obviously is breaking the record for Manchester United. So he will forever be a Manchester United legend in my eyes, and probably the majority of people's eyes, because he's already done that now. He didn't overtake no scrub. He overtook David Beckham's record. I think he was 15 assists in the
15 assists, yeah.
And now 15 or 16, did you say? I
think it was 15.
Yeah, 15. So so now he's overtaken Beckham. So yeah, I think for me now he's overtaken Beckham. He's got 8 games left to get. Is it 4 assists? Is it 4
8 games to get 4 to equal it, and then 5 to overtake it in 8 games.
So do you think he's gonna do this? You just read out our upcoming games. We can see the way the team is performing. There will be goals in these games. I'm not gonna lie. We could play against Bournemouth on Friday against Bournemouth, and last time there were 4 goals in that game from United as well. Do you get me? So
4-4. What a game that was, boy! That was game of the season for now. Like,
well, that was
any Premier League game. That was just game of the season. That was an unbelievable game.
You know what? He actually missed some good games at Old Trafford this year, by the way. Because that game was nuts.
Bro, it's because they keep fucking putting their games on Monday, bro. They've done it again with the Leeds game. I'm gonna hope and pray I can get it off work, but I might not even be able to do it. So that's my favorite fixture, man. Hate it when
I can't wait for that one.
Scummy little pricks. Anyway,
come on, tell me then. What do you reckon?
Bro, I'll be honest. The standard that Bruno Fernandes has set since he's come to United, bro, I'd be almost surprised if he doesn't get 5 assists in the games that we have coming up against Bournemouth, Leeds, Chelsea, Brentford, Sunderland, Liverpool, Forest, and Brighton. Those 8 teams, Bruno, bro, what? Come on, bro. Am I being crazy and thinking like
Not at all.
he could
Not
break
at all.
it? He could break it like quite comfortably. He might go get 2 assists in the next game, and then he's got 3 assists. So you know, what I mean, if Bruno Fernandes gets 2 assists on Friday, that's nothing crazy, is it? He takes our free kicks, he takes our corners. We've scored back corners, we score loads of free kicks. Casemiro is doing numbers.
Pieces this year, yeah.
We got Šeško in the, you know what I mean, in the box doing, you know what I mean, picking up bare sick
All
assists.
sorts, mate.
He's assisted Šeško, I think, like 2-3 times himself since Šeško's been on this little run. So like,
yeah,
why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Like, I think he might break it. Like I said, if he gets 2 assists on Friday, bro, he's got to get there, 3 assists in 7 games to break it. Then it becomes like almost like you'd be surprised then if he didn't break it. Like I said, like bro. I think he's the man. He's shown us he's the man year after year after year. And like I said, now he's got some good players around him. I think he will break it, bro. I really will, bro. I made a video on our TikTok and on our Instagram in January, bro, saying this guy is the best number 10, best for whatever position you want to call it, best number 10 in the world. I said it then. People say, "Oh, you know what I mean." And like I said, you know what I mean. What do they say? Imitation's the the highest form of compliment. Yeah. I started seeing bare little pages. Everyone started talking about it. People started posting it. I'm good 3, 4, 5 weeks later. Yo, Bruno Fernandes, bro. Like I was saying it then. He's this many games away from breaking the assist record, and I think he's gonna do it. I said that in January. So why wouldn't I think it now? Basically.
I hear it, man. You're gassing me up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think he'll break it as well. I thought at bare minimum he'll equal it, but I think we are scoring goals. You know what I mean? That's clear to see. We're scoring goals, and although we have some big games, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Big games, we also shine in big games. We put 2 past City. Was it 3 past Arsenal? Like that's not even like a concern for me. Oh, we've got Chelsea, or Chelsea, the way they play football and the way it usually goes at Stamford Bridge, you never know how that game's gonna go. But against Liverpool, there's always goals. Either way, getting battered, or you know what I mean, we sneak a little win against them. But again, those are the kind of games where your best players, i.e., Bruno Fernandes, they come out and they rise to the occasion and they come out and get a result. So get a result for the boys. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely very interesting to see how it goes between now and the end of the season.
You know what?
Take this one. Listen.
Go on.
Sorry, go on. No, go on.
No, go on. Because I was going to change the subject. So go on.
No, because I was gonna move it as well. So I was gonna say before I know you had a few different things you wanted to touch on, but one thing I want to touch on, Brian and Bruno.
Should we just go through the chat actually before we just go on there? Because there's been a few more comments. We had our Burley in the chat saying United. Go on, boy. Up the Reds. Get in there. Yeah. Talking about Šeško, he's a super sub. Every time he comes on, he says, as a real Andrew Tate says, thunder, lightning. That's that video, that blood and thunder, passion, sweat, tears. I hear that. Winners. Yeah, we've really been rolling back the years recently with them, with these winners at Old Trafford with Šeško. But yeah, sorry, Zain, carry on. Let me just open the door for my dog. Sorry, carry on.
I wanted to just touch on really on Brian and Bruno, man, because I've not really been that impressed with his recent performances. Now, this is not to discredit what he's done this season or how well he's performed this season or anything like that, but in these last few games, I feel like a little bit more. His touches haven't been the best. He hasn't looked, that much of a threat. I feel like he's lacking a little bit of confidence. And the issue is, I feel like I can say the exact same thing for Ahmad. Ahmad's also had I have a very similar opinion on Ahmad as well. It's a bit frustrating. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because he has done quite a lot. Like I think you mentioned earlier in the video, he's got 12 GA this season in Boomer, which is, I'll take that and run, you know what I mean? But it's a shame when I see how good of a team that we have and how well the team is performing. I'm expecting more, I can't lie. What do you think on Boomer at the minute?
I've got to agree. To be fair, if you've been watching Mbumo recently, there's nothing really you can say other than his performances haven't been great. Saying that, I think he's still got like a few assists in the last like 5 games, like two assists or something, which kind of shows you what I was kind of saying before. He kind of quietly just, notches up those numbers on his assists and goals and that. And he's one of those players, he's just like, he might go missing for long periods of games, but then just get you a goal in a moment or play that ball across that gets you the assist, scores you the goal. And I think that's why a lot of I think it's generally, that's why people I feel like the managers don't really take him off. They keep him on because even if he's having a shit game, they keep him on for at least the 70th minute because they're thinking he could come up with a moment for us. And so, I just think he's been a bit whack, to be fair. But you've had a new manager that's come in halfway through the season, wants him to play a different style of play in a different position. He's been moved to the right wing, which he hasn't actually played for United really since he signed for us. He's been on that right half space, number 10 role under Amrim, and obviously for Carrick's first few weeks he was up front. And so now he's playing on the right wing yesterday. Maybe he needs to find his connection with Šeško and how to bounce off him a little bit in terms of giving him the ball, getting it back, whatever, finding that position that he likes to find, just cutting in off the right. These relationships can take time to build, which is why I'm not panicking. I'm not worried. Obviously, there's always a talking point that's a bit negative or whatever. But I think if that's the negative where we've got right now, then we're in a good place because I think over time we can count on Šeško to build a bit more of a relationship with Mbumo. Mbumo's only 26. Šeško, he's going to be here for a few more years. Cunha as well, that relationship to build amongst them. Bruno is going to be here probably for another year or two. Like you said earlier, I would definitely keep him. I don't see why we wouldn't keep him for at least another year or two. So yeah, these relationships will build. Šeško will get more comfortable with the league as well. I'm not worried about that at all. Honestly, I think Mbumo, he hasn't been great. I'll be honest. Neither has. I think Cunha has been quite. He's been lively recently in the past few weeks.
Yeah,
he played well on the weekend as well. Got a goal. But again, he's finding his feet. These things are all going to take a little bit of time, and I'm not worried about it. I really am. We're third. We're doing well right now. It's not. There's not enough. It's not enough to worry me right now. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting wins. Yeah. Yesterday we won comfortably as well. It wasn't even we won. We looked like we were gonna win the whole game. Really, it was just maybe a little period after we scored the first goal, in which we dropped back for no reason and kind of, lost momentum. But after that goal, the second goal, after that, they scored. We went straight after them and like I said, took control again of the game and just carried on from where we left off. But yeah, I wanted to just end it on this question because I know you're a little bit, what's the word? You still question, I think, a little bit about Carrick full-time, right? Now, we've got to the stage where, like I said, we can kind of start, like we said earlier, we can kind of start looking forward and saying, you know what? We're actually we're pretty much secure with top 4 now, right? We'd have to really fuck it up if we're to not make top 4 right now. Yeah. And you said, it's so if we make top 4, we don't even know if we're gonna make top 4. Now that we're pretty confident of it, how do you feel about Carrick being our long-term manager? How do you go about this process? What are you saying? Are you confident? Would you put him in? Would you get in Enrique?
It's a tough one.
Would you go after someone else? Would you interview other people? Where are you on this? Who are your candidates you would have other than him?
Yeah, just a general take on the whole situation. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a very tricky one. I think just all things considered, we're seeing him manage under very specific circumstances. So, no midweek games and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? I don't see it as just a new manager bounce. I did at the beginning. I was like, you know what? Although it wasn't, the players came in. Yeah, but I'm just saying at the beginning, I was like, I don't think it is. I didn't think it was a new manager. I was really at the beginning, but I understood it more. And the reason being was it's not that the players hated Ruben Amorim and they wanted him out so bad, and that's why they're playing so great. It's more just there's a new manager. So as a player, you'll be thinking, okay, I need to impress him because I want to play football. Do you get what I mean? We don't get to play much football as it is. Let me impress the new manager so I can play as much as I can. So naturally, that might give the players a kick up the arse a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And you're playing players in their more preferred positions, more comfortable positions. So yeah, it's So I never thought it was that much of a new manager bounce, but I don't want to get carried away and get ahead of myself, unlike some, you know. And then, so from there, it's a tricky one, man. He's doing really well. If he goes and gets his third place and finishes the season, it's pretty hard to not give the guy a job, in my opinion. Like, and you always run the risk of you guys go get somebody else in, and they don't start off pretty well. Like, it's always you're going to open up that door again to you shouldn't have got rid of Carrick, you shouldn't have got rid of Carrick, all that kind of stuff. And also that kind of drama is kind of annoying to even think about. But then that being said, Carrick starts off the season not doing so well. It's like that's why you go out and get an experienced manager. You're always going to get both sides of it. For me, one thing that was important to me is how are we going to bounce back from a loss because we hadn't seen that yet. And as you know, obviously we lost very disheartening defeat against Newcastle. Team played rubbish, zero effort, zero anything. Very frustrating game to watch. And then coming out to perform the way they did was very impressive, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I saw a change. And to me, that's what I think is really important is am I seeing a change in the team after we go and lose a horrible defeat like we did against Newcastle? And we did see a positive change. So for me, if he gets top four and we can just continue to see these patterns, continue to see that if we don't get a result one week, doesn't stop us coming back and getting a result next week, that right level of leadership, and he gets top four, I'm not gonna lie, he deserves it, man. He deserves it. My preferred option is Nagelsmann.
Your preferred, sorry, go on, Karen. Sorry, I want to hear this end of it.
My preferred manager would be
even now after this run, you'd say that.
Well, like I said, no. So, like at the end of the day, man, the best proof we're going to get is what do they do as a Manchester United manager. Now we haven't seen Nagelsmann as a Manchester United manager. We've just seen him as a manager. But
it's a big bit of credit that he's got that he's already interviewed for the job and actually had practical experience of it.
And that's what's important. And you know what? Just to go on a point that you yourself have mentioned in the past about Carrick, Carrick's been here, bro. He's been here for the longest. He understands how the club works. He understands everything about the club. He's played for the club. He's managed the club in interim periods before. He's doing it again now, and he's doing a fantastic job. So it's not like we've just seen him come in for 2 games, won both games against difficult opponents, and then it's gone to a new manager. Like now we've seen him, it's been 9 games in charge, I think, 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw.
Yep.
He's doing it. He's doing a really good job. He's doing a really good job. And if he continues this kind of energy,
I was just going to say that, sorry, just to button on what you just said, 9 games, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. I was even saying this about Amorim this season. Give him 10 games and we'll start to see what type of level he is, because that's roughly how long it takes before you have a proper sample size big enough to see whether a manager's on what he's about, at least, right? This guy has, bro, if he doesn't win another game, if he loses the next game still, 10 games, won 7 and a 70% win rate, that's insane, bro.
Insane, 100%.
That's proper crazy. And also
this isn't his team.
And he hasn't signed anybody. He hasn't got he hasn't been able to do anything. He's just literally taken over midway through the season, really weird circumstances, and he's just having to take the team forward out of nowhere. So bro, I'm finding it like I said, I've been Carricking for a while now. I was almost Carricking almost as soon as he came in, to be honest.
For a while, literally finished the first game against City.
I'm a hopeless romantic when it comes to football. When it comes to football, I'm a hopeless romantic. Maybe even life too. I just want those great stories to happen. I want to see the legends of the club that that won everything under Fergie, that was there. He was in the era that we all watched as well. Even the younger fans, he's a well-known he's also a calming figure. Do you know what I mean? He's won it.
Show
He
them
was a
your face,
baller as
bro.
well.
You're so excited. I can see
He
the way
was
you're talking
baller as
about this.
well. He
You believe
was a
it.
baller as well. Yeah. No,
He was,
this is
man.
just
He
me
was.
giving this is just the emotional story. This has nothing to do with logic or tactics or nothing. This is just
Yeah.
from the heart, from the emotion
Sure.
that this guy.
Yeah.
Bro, I still remember that goal he scored against Roma in the Champions League, bro, that season. We beat him 7-1. Bro, like these are memories, core memories in my brain, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they
I hear
made
you,
me
man. I
who
hear
I
you.
am. You know what I mean? And him being part of that, but then also being able to come through again, yeah, and become manager of the team that he's won everything with. And then potentially, I don't know, you know, sky's the limit. If he's got us into the top 4, imagine if he was, you know, again, this is just pure emotion. I'm not saying this to blah, blah, before I get clipped up. Imagine he comes in next season, he wins the league, you know what I mean? Maybe, or wins the Champions League or something, has a mad run. You never know. We might get an easy draw, whatever it is, like something crazy. Imagine a fairy tale. I love that. Like, that's what I want about football. I love that in football, bro. Like, even the
I
Max
hear
Darwin
it.
thing,
I hear
I was
it.
happy to see that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I
Yeah,
love
bro.
that.
Same. I was gassed. I was like, fair play, man.
That's the type of shit you read. I used to read them stories, and you know, in school, them little stories about like there's little football stories, like yeah, this guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, bro, this is the type of stuff you read, isn't it? Like, it's literally fairy tale stuff. So that's what I would love, obviously, to happen emotionally, but also when I think about it logically, like I said, with the 9 games, the fact that we won 7 out of the 9 games he's had in charge, the fact he hasn't signed anybody, even hasn't even been able to change the squad. Also, the fact that he's got, what do you call it? Like, he also had 4 games previously or 3 games previously. So if you add that, that's what 13 games there that he's bit. That is also he would have won. He won 2 of those games. So yeah, he would have won what, like 9 out of 13 there. Do you know what I mean? It keeps that same record up, drawn 1 of them. Like, bro, this guy has got like he's got so many reasons, even logically, why you should keep it, like why you should give him the job now, that I think it's almost getting harder and harder to say he shouldn't get it. The people you're naming, obviously, I hear that Nagelsmann's a good option, but never managed in the Premier League before. You never know. He's unknown quantity. Still, I don't care how sick you are of a manager. Even Pep Guardiola, when he came to the Premier League, took a year to understand things that he'd never seen before in other places, you know? And this is Pep Guardiola. He had won a treble at Barcelona before. So before he came to City. So it's not like he was some
Right. I wasn't sure if it were me or Cowley who was lagging a little bit there. It turns out this unserious guy's laptop just died. So where we're leaving it off, Carrick for me until the end of the season, see how he gets on. If he does his thing, then you know what? I'm not gonna lie. If he gets 3rd or 4th, I think he deserves the job. I think it's about the mannerisms, the way he wins the games, how he bounces back from losses, and you know what he can do for us in the long run. But guys, I see 6 people are watching right now. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Keep getting stuck in. Let us know what you think in the comments. And yeah, let us know what you think. Are you keeping Carrick or you gonna opt out for a different option? And if you are, who? Let us know. Get stuck in. Peace out from the United Front, boys.